body roll count.
Defense was going to make a stop and we would get another chance. But obviously I was a little upset, you know, so close to the end zone and we didn't punch it in. But I knew we would have another crack at it, and if we just kept playing the way we were defensively, we'd be fine.
Right when I released it, I'm like, this one's overthrown, and going back to the huddle, we're going again. And then when he made that catch, just, it was unbelievable. He reached out, one-handed, grabbed it, caught it like up over his shoulder, and that was a huge confidence booster for everyone, because that just got everyone all pumped up. And so that was huge for us.
The catch that Andy made was incredible. I don't think I'll ever forget it. The throw by Tyler was fantastic, maybe a little overthrown. We had thrown a play, we had run the same play earlier in the game, and he had missed. It was a beautifully thrown ball, and he missed it. When we saw that the corner kept coming up on the outside zone play, I was surprised that they kept him coming up. They dropped the safety over into a cover 3, and it was a beautiful pass, beautiful catch. And then when Tyler made the second pass to Taylor Larson in the end zone, that was just well placed, and Taylor adjusted to the ball well. So it was a fantastic run.
We're running a cover 4, and they had a backer over top of Taylor, and then they had another middle backer, so when they dropped back into coverage, there was one on either side of Taylor, and then there was a safety in the middle. And you just have to get the routes in between coverages. In a cover 4, when they drop back 8 people in the coverage, the only time it's got to ever be open is when they're crossing through coverages. So when he's breaking out of the coverage of the backers and into the safety zone and then splitting in between the 2 safeties, it was a small window, but got it in there. Knew it would be. I was confident in myself to make the throw and confident in Taylor to catch the ball. So
everyone knew we had to score. That was a winning touchdown, and he threw it kind of, it looked like it was in a lot of coverage, but it was a perfect window for him to throw in, and he rifled it in there. It's an amazing pass. And
pass set, you know, trying to pick up blitzes, just sitting in my stance, and all of a sudden I see Ty sling the ball out and then towards the middle, kind of. I'm like, I didn't really know where he's going either, but then T-Law made a great cut, and all of a sudden it's like right in his chest, right in between 2 defenders. It was great.
I think I was doing play action that play, so I faked up the middle, and I just remember seeing Taylor coming across the middle and just catching it and just looking around to make sure there's no flags, and then celebrating. So, but the ball was a bullet, so it was impressive.
The body continues to impress me. You know, he stepped up in a tremendous way in the quarterfinals against Concord when Michael got hurt and went down, and going into really his first full start, being a state semifinal game in Division I against Exeter. He showed some great poise. There's some hits during that game that he got rocked. He got hit hard, and he got up and he dusted himself off, so to speak, and just kept fighting. So I'm nothing but impressed with him. He continues to prove that he deserves to be on the field there.
this kid on me who's like really small, and all of a sudden I fired off the ball, and it was just, I like knocked it right out of the way, and all of a sudden I'm 5 yards, in the backfield, and I see the punter like just catching it, so I ran up, tried to make a play, kind of not a very smart play, but thankfully we ended up with the win because that was a big play and something I should have done.
After that, I kind of knew that the game was, I thought it would be sealed after that. I didn't think we would be going out again as a defense, but once that play happened, I was just really intense because I figured, hey, we're going to go to the championship now, so I kind of just screamed along and just like pounded my chest.
There we go! Yeah! There we go! Wait for his hand! Now!
Slugfest, and I think that's what made it great for me. But the other thing that made it cool was that we're one step closer to our goal of state championship, and I was really excited that we get to play at UNH's stadium. So I think those three things were the best part for me.
It's pretty crazy because since day one, we've been talking, we got to win the state championship, and we knew it was going to be at UNH, which makes it awesome. And just to be here finally after everything that's happened and the whole season, it's pretty crazy, and we just want that ring.
I mean, I've never personally done before, so it's kind of like a cool week. We're just trying to do the same thing we always do, but just I think it's in like the back of all our heads that this is a big week. We've been waiting for all year, and it's just kind of cool.
For us to be able to beat Exeter, not just once in the season at their own field, in the rain, but a second time in the state semifinals was huge for us. And then not just for the whole program, but the fact that we still have some key players out. Michael Collins, our starting running back. Michael Bayless, our starting quarterback. It was a tremendous feeling to know that we not only walked away with a win, and we had to fight for every inch. I have nothing but respect for Coach Ball and his entire program. They're phenomenal. To walk away from this game healthy was a huge thing, because last time we played them, we had 2 starters with concussions, 1 starter with a pretty banged up shoulder. So to get the win and be healthy.
Everything we set out to do this year, we've accomplished. Okay? I don't know if they're going to put it up in that spot or somewhere, but there's a pretty banner in this gym right now. We're a football team.
All season, they've always been in the back of my mind. I knew we were never going to see them in the regular season. It's as if they were like from a different state or something, But it's the battle of the undefeateds, and it's just going to be a good game, and it's going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes. But we've been watching film on them, and they're a beatable team. They're just like any other team. They put their pads on and they.
I think their O-line is it's definitely going to be the best we played all season. I think there's got guys I think that's an average, their line's 250 or something like that. They have a great running attack, great back in TJ Urbanik, and their quarterback Jack Handaway is athletic, but he can also throw the rock to his receivers in tight windows. So as a defense, we have to buckle down.
very big. They're a lot bigger than us, but again, that's something all year, pretty much every week we go in and teams are bigger than us, and we've proven all year that that doesn't really matter. So we try not to think too much about it, but they definitely have a lot of size of it.
Pinkerton, just like Exeter, just like Concord, will be a lot bigger than us. Just like the two teams I just mentioned, Pinkerton's a very well coached football team. They know how to win. They've won many times, and they've been to the state championship in Division I the past 10 out of the 11 years. So this is not new to them. So we're excited to play the best. You know, to be the best, you're going to beat the best. I think one of the things we learned the most out of the past two state championship appearances was that no matter what we saw during the regular season, we have to expect to see something a little bit different. And being that we didn't play Pinkerton in the regular season this year, we can only go by film and what we saw last year when we played them. I'm excited about it. You know, they're the best team in the state right now for a reason, and our job is to prove that we're number one. So we'll be ready.
Urbanic on the carry. Urbanic on the carry. 15-yard TD carry. Kick is up. It is good. 36-yard field goal. Carry. From the 1. Keeper by the quarterback. Touchdown. Intercepted. Carry by Sear. Keeper by Hanaway. 18-yard TD run by Hanaway.
We haven't been down that much going into halftime, but it's something surprisingly enough that like we were comfortable. We were in the locker room just like we've been here before, and we're gonna get out of it. And so we felt pretty good going into halftime.
It was just we had a bad first half. Just don't give up. Keep playing hard. Do what we've normally done. We realized that we were a second half team the whole season, so we just thought that hey, it's not over yet. We can still put a bunch of points on the board and hopefully get the W. That was my thought of the second half.
Coach kept saying to us, we're not losing this game. We're going to come out and play our game like we've done all season. And we had a good attitude coming out from halftime, but I don't know, it didn't go as planned, I guess.
My message at halftime was in part the fact that we had been here before, we'd been in a situation where we were either tied at halftime against very good teams or down. It was to send the message that we have overcome adversity all year long, and this is just one more opportunity to face adversity and see how we respond to it. The kids didn't give up once. That's one thing that I'll share tonight during the awards banquet also. They didn't hang their heads. They didn't stop fighting. We were just we're against a bigger, faster opponent, and it's tough to come back in this situation.
Early on the carry.
Tyler had gotten hurt in the third quarter. My first thought was, and I don't remember the school's name of the quarterback, it was in Michigan possibly, where the quarterback went down and the coach kept him in there. So I right away wanted to make sure, obviously, that he was seen by the trainer and the team doctor. And my first concern was for Tyler, to make sure he was healthy. Putting in Austin Danju, my first thought being the eternal optimist was he's a heck of an athlete. He hadn't gotten a lot of reps, but at that point in the game, we weren't about to stop fighting and lay down. So Austin, who can be a little nervous sometimes in the quarterback position, he starts for us defensively. He's an amazing athlete, and he showed great poise, just like Tyler had when Michael went down. Austin was able to put together a drive and get down to the 1-inch line, almost getting there.
Yeah, there you go!
And I was like, it was just another blow to our team, seeing him walk off the field. And then Danju came in and tore it up for a couple plays, so that was kind of exciting. And then for them not to give us the touchdown and spot it with 2 inches to go, that was just a killer.
Get back! Let's go! Go, go, go!
We're back on the penalty.
Here we go. There you go.
Carried by Holloway. 4-yard TD run. Incomplete pass. Got it for Reynolds. Astros ball on down. After the handshake, gentlemen, please go to the 40-yard line and the teams face each other for the ceremony to begin. Congratulations to Coach Hines and the Bulldogs for a great season. Great job, gentlemen. And now, with the head coach and captains of the championship team, the Pinkerton Astros, come forward to receive the championship plaque and medals.
Like Pinkerton is never easy, but knowing that it wasn't one play call here or there that cost the game, or a kid that maybe we think just wasn't really focused, it makes it a little bit easier knowing that we lost to a better team that night. You know, they're a powerhouse for a reason. You know, Tyler Sabati stepped up huge when Michael Vallis went down, and Tyler had 3 interceptions. But what I love about this, and I said this to him, was not once coming off the field did he hang his head. After the game, he had that same conviction in his eyes, and that's what it's all about. It's about, you know, facing adversity, no matter how we execute, and taking pride in the fact that we're giving 100%. And Tyler Sabati and all the other kids did that. They gave their all.
They were a good team. It would have taken everything in the world to go right for us. I don't know. It was just things didn't really go our way. But looking back on it, we had a great season. We beat Exeter twice, Concord twice, won all our conference games, Portsmouth, and we really came together as a team. And the way I look at it is we created the longest season possible for us. I got to play as much football as possible, so that's how I look at it.
I don't know.
We're now no longer freshman football players in our eyes. You guys are fighting for positions JV and varsity. Okay? And this year we had a good number of sophomores that stepped up and did a tremendous job to help our program become 11-0. Okay? So if you are serious about this game, do not wait until the summer and think you're going to make an impact then. You've got to dedicate yourselves now to the weight room. Okay? The target's now on our back. Okay? Our second year in Division I to be 11-0, and it's a target that we welcome. We've got to dedicate ourselves. I will be in the weight room Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting the Monday after Thanksgiving. So next Monday from 3 to 5 typically. Okay? We're going to vote for captains. Now, some of the guys just said, Coach, I thought we were planning on 4. We probably will have 4 captains. Okay? You're going to write down 3 names. Okay? And I did that for a reason. 3 names that you feel on the football field, in the weight room, in the classroom, at the parties. That you don't, they don't go to those parties, or when alcohol comes out, they walk away from it. Okay? I'm not looking for saints guys. I'm not looking for guys that are perfect, because there's no one like that. But I am looking for guys that realize how damn close we were to winning a state championship this year, and guys that are going to lead our team to make sure we get back there next year and win it. Okay? So when you guys write down names, if you think you are captain material, you're a fool not to write your own name down. Put your own name down. You think you're a captain. Okay? If you think one of your best friends would be pissed if you didn't write his name down, but you don't think he'd be a good leader, don't write his name down. This is not a popularity contest. This is who can help us win a state championship. You guys, in a moment, you guys can leave now. I cannot tell you enough how much we're expecting some of you guys to step up. Okay? I think some of you know who you are. Some of you, I don't know who you are. Okay? And that's kind of a mixed blessing. We have such a big program that I see your face, might forget your name. I need to know your name. Okay, Cole Benson, okay? Yeah, I'm not expecting you to step up for varsity next year. I'm not going to lie to you, but I know your name because you didn't miss a day in the weight room. And you push yourself hard. Okay? You need to be that type of kid that I know your name. And if you don't show up constantly, I'm not going to know your name. And there's a good number of you that I do know your names. All right? Guys had a great season. We're expecting big things. You guys can head out. Upperclassmen, vote for captain.
Sophomore, we lost the championship game against one. I had a bad taste in my mouth throughout the whole off season. I never wanted that to happen again. So I know that personally motivated me, and I think it's going to motivate the rest of the guys this year to work that much harder. So that way, when they get back to the championship or the postseason, or whatever they end up getting, they don't want to have that same taste in their mouth that we had against the Conference.
This isn't motivation for the sophomores that played. I don't know what would be. We have plenty of young guys that impacted this team, so I'm just hoping that fuels their fire for next season and the season after.
Right away, right when we ended, I think it was one of our captains, Tommy O'Rourke, saying, all you young guys, you know, look at this. Right as the clock went down, look at the scoreboard. figure out how you feel right now, and you don't want to ever feel that way again. So we're going to use that as motivation and just try to gear up for next year. It's good that sophomore year, not a lot of kids in our class got a lot of time, but this year we had several starters in the junior class, and guys that got a lot of experience this year. They know what it's like. They're not going to be nervous next year. We're going to have a lot of talent coming back.
The first word that comes to mind thinking about these guys is, they overcame. They overcame adversity from the preseason with Tommy O'Rourke having a broken jaw to the second week of practice with Michael Collins breaking his leg, multiple players in between with injuries, and then starting quarterback Michael Vallis going out. They overcame every week and all year. I think we may have even exceeded what we normally could have done because they played together so well as a team. And when one man went down, the next man stood up. And maybe not as talented, maybe not as athletic or whatever the case may be, but with as much fight and heart as anyone else. So that's really, I'm just proud of them. Yeah, I mean, you can find motivation in anything if you're looking for it. I'm a firm believer. If you're looking for the negative, you're going to find it. If you're looking for the positive, you'll find that too. As successful as the season was, absolutely, we have even more reason to keep fighting, to keep building, and to prove to the state. And I think we've made a mark, not our mark, but we've made a good mark in the state that we're a legitimate program. But we still have a lot to prove. So yeah, this is definitely going to keep driving us.